deep in the heart of the green bamboo forest lived a gentle panda named Penny. Penny was round and fluffy, with the softest black and white fur and the kindest smile. She loved munching on bamboo shoots, napping under the tall trees, and splashing in the cool river. But most of all, Penny loved looking at the sky. Every day, she gazed up at the fluffy clouds drifting by and wondered, what does the forest look like from up there? What's beyond the mountains? The other pandas were happy staying on the ground, but Penny's heart was full of curiosity. One breezy afternoon, Penny was chewing on her bamboo when she noticed something unusual. A big leaf had blown off a bamboo stalk and floated gently through the air. Penny's round eyes sparkled. If a leaf can float, she thought, maybe I can float too. That night, Penny lay awake in her cozy den, thinking and thinking. Then she had an idea so big and bright it made her sit up. "I'll make a balloon," she whispered excitedly. The very next morning, Penny began her project. She gathered the widest bamboo leaves she could find and stitched them together with long pieces of grass. She weaved and tied and patched, humming happily to herself. Day by day, the balloon grew bigger. She made it round like the moon, strong enough to hold air, and shiny green under the sunlight. When her forest friends came by, they tilted their heads in confusion. "Penny, what are you doing?" asked Tilly the tiny red panda. "I'm making a bamboo balloon," Penny replied proudly. "A balloon? But pandas don't fly," said Tilly. "Maybe not yet," Penny said with a smile. "But I'm going to try." Finally, after many days of work, Penny tied the balloon together with a long, strong vine. She filled it with air by puffing and puffing until her cheeks ached. The balloon bobbed gently, floating above her head. Her heart thumped with excitement. "It's ready." Penny climbed onto a little basket she had woven from twigs and tied to the balloon. She held on tight, took a deep breath, and whoosh, the balloon lifted off the ground. Slowly, gently, Penny rose into the air. "Oh, my bamboo shoots!" Penny giggled. "It's working." The trees below grew smaller and smaller. The other animals gasped and waved. "Look at Penny!" cried Tilly. "She's flying!" shouted the squirrels. Penny floated higher, above the treetops, where the air was cool and fresh. She could see the whole bamboo forest spread out below her like a green carpet. The river sparkled like silver ribbon. The mountains stood tall and proud in the distance. "It's even more beautiful than I imagined," Penny whispered. Birds flew beside her, curious about this panda with her strange green balloon. "Hello, little birds," Penny called. "Isn't the sky wonderful?" The birds chirped happily and twirled around her balloon. Penny's heart felt lighter than air itself. She had always dreamed of seeing the world from above, and now she was doing it. But then, as Penny floated higher, the sky grew cloudy. The wind whooshed stronger, pushing her balloon this way and that. Penny gripped the basket tightly. "Oh dear," she said nervously. "I didn't think about the wind." The balloon swayed and spun. A sharp gust pushed it dangerously close to a mountain peak. Penny squeaked in fright. "Hold on, balloon, hold on." Just then, a flock of geese flew by. "Flap with us, Penny," honked the leader. "Lean with the wind." Penny nodded bravely. She leaned this way, then that way, copying the geese as they steered through the sky. Slowly, the balloon steadied. "Thank you, geese," Penny called gratefully. "You're a brave flyer, little panda." They honked back before gliding away. When the clouds parted, Penny gasped. She was higher than she had ever dreamed. Below her, the world stretched out like a painting, rolling hills, glittering rivers, tiny villages, and endless fields of flowers. Beyond the mountains, she saw things she had never imagined: golden deserts, sparkling lakes, and forests of different colors. "It's so big, so beautiful," Penny whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. "The world is even larger than the sky." As the sun began to set, the balloon slowly drifted down. The wind carried Penny gently back toward her forest. The trees grew bigger again, the river shimmered below, and soon her paws touched the soft grass. The animals rushed to greet her. Penny, you're safe, squeaked Tilly. Tell us everything, begged the squirrels. Penny laughed and hugged her friends. I saw mountains and rivers, clouds and rainbows, in a world so big it made me feel tiny, but in the best way. The sky is full of magic, and there's so much more beyond what we see. Her friends listened with wide eyes, amazed by her story. That night, Penny placed her bamboo balloon safely in her den. She looked up at the starry sky, her heart glowing with happiness. I did it, she whispered. I flew. But Penny also knew something else. This is just the beginning, she said with a smile. Tomorrow, I'll float even farther. Who knows what I'll discover next? And with dreams as wide as the sky, Penny drifted off to sleep, hugging her bamboo balloon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel to watch more videos.